Once again, my name is Nairimoko. I represent the good people of Delta North, Delta State. Mr. President, this is a motion for the lead debate on the bill for an act to amend the Nigerian Data Protection Act 2023 to mandate the establishment of physical offices within the territorial boundaries of the Federal Republic of Nigeria by social media platforms and for related matters 2025 SB 650. Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, I rise to lead this debate on a matter that is not only of national importance, but also central to Nigeria's sovereignty, economy, and technological development. The bill before us, a bill for an act to alter the Nigerian Data Protection Act 2023 LFN to mandate the establishment of physical offices within the territorial boundaries of the Federal Republic of Nigeria by social media platforms and for related matters 2024 seeks to correct a glaring omission on how multinational social media companies engage with our country. This bill was read for the first time on the 21st of November 2024. Nigeria is not just the most populous country in Africa, we are also one of the most active when it comes to digital engagement. With over 220 million people, social media has become an essential part of our daily lives. According to the Global Works Index, as reported by Business Insider Africa, Nigerians rank first in Africa and second globally in terms of daily social media usage, spending an average of 3 hours and 46 minutes online. Platforms such as Facebook, X, Instagram, WhatsApp, YouTube, TikTok, Snapchat, etc. have become indispensable to millions of our people. These platforms are not just tools of communication, they are ecosystems that influence our politics, shape our public opinion, drive entrepreneurship, and provide avenues for education and entertainment. However, Mr. President, despite the enormous user base and the value generated from the Nigerian participation, these multinational corporations have no physical offices in Nigeria. This stands in sharp contrast to their presence in other countries such as the United States of America, Canada, United Kingdom, Germany, India, Singapore, Australia, where they maintain offices to address regional concerns, manage content policies, and build partnerships. Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, the absence of physical offices for these social media giants in Nigeria presents major challenges, including 1, limited local representation. The lack of a local presence creates a disconnect between the platforms and the Nigerian user base. Resolving user complaints, addressing regulatory concerns, or managing content moderation issues specific to Nigeria often takes longer due to the geographical and cultural distances. 2, missed economic opportunities. The absence of physical offices has deprived us of numerous opportunities. Economically, it denies Nigeria the benefit of job creation in areas such as customer service, content moderation, legal compliance, and marketing. Imagine the thousands of young Nigerians who could be employed by these companies, gaining valuable skills and contributing to our economy. Technology transfer is another area where Nigeria stands to benefit immensely. Countries like China, South Korea became leaders in electronics and automobile manufacturing by fostering local partnerships with foreign firms and adapting their technologies. If these social media giants establish a local presence, Nigerian engineers, developers, tech professionals will have the opportunity to learn from some of the best minds in the world and adopt cutting-edge technologies. 3, difficulty in redressal. The legal implications of their absence are equally concerning. Without physical offices in Nigeria, enforcing data protection laws, resolving disputes, safeguarding user rights becomes a complex process. This bill seeks to simplify this process by ensuring that these platforms are physically present to respond to the unique needs of their Nigerian users and comply with our laws. Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, the success stories of multinational companies that have established a presence in Nigeria should serve as an example. Companies like MTN, Shell, Chevron, Nestle, Total have not only thrived in our market, but have also enriched our workforce through job creation, training, and partnerships. Mr. President, this bill, therefore, is not an attack on these platforms. It's a call for equity and fairness. It's a demand for respect and recognition of Nigeria's status as a global leader in digital engagement. In furtherance of our commitment to a structured and accountable digital space, this bill also mandates all bloggers operating in Nigeria to have an office that is verifiable in any of the capital cities across the country. They must keep proper records of the employees and belong to recognized national bodies. We shall have its headquarters in Abuja. We cannot continue to have a situation where individuals operate anonymously, spreading information mostly false, without any structure or accountability. Just like traditional media houses, bloggers must be properly registered and regulated to ensure professionalism, transparency, and responsibility in their operations. Mr. President and my colleagues, I urge all to support the passage of this bill. It's a bold step towards ensuring that Nigeria's digital space is not only vibrant, but also fair and just for all stakeholders. I so move, Mr. President. Thank you.
Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, I rise to support this very important bill. It's a bill that has been running in my mind, and I want to thank the sponsor for bringing it up. The social media space is one area that is being overlooked, but it's very important because the world is going towards the social media and the business are being done online, and attentions are being tilted towards that. It may interest you, Mr. President, to note that even those companies that used to have offices in Nigeria have closed their offices, such as Google and Microsoft. They used to have the office in Nigeria, but as I speak with you today, they have all closed their office. And this has provided room for us to avoid so many taxes, revenues that should be accrued to Nigeria. There are so many revenue that are being generated online today. Your businesses and so many communication are being done online. But there's no check and balancing. There's no way these companies could be monitored as to pay their revenue to Nigeria. So it creates economic sabotage and leakage of revenue. So I urge this Senate to look into it seriously so that this industry, which is taking the wider space today globally, should be properly checkmated, and the adequate revenue that will accrue from it should be enjoyed by Nigeria. Thank you, Mr. President.
Is there anybody who is opposed to this bill going for second reading? No. So let me thank the mover of the motion the mover of this second I know the bill, particularly while it was on the lead debate, was a little bit complicated when you mentioned something like blockers and all that. The world has gone so digital, and ICT makes more money than the oil industry today. So much so that even with your iPad, with your laptop, the only thing you can provide would be just the address. I think they call it IP address. And and then you go into business and the major means of livelihood. But I have also taken cognizance of the need for, not necessarily for those who are involved in major ICT businesses in the country, like the one you mentioned, Microsoft, and others who have offices here, pay tax, also employ people, and have their presence in Nigeria. Even in the event of infraction of our laws and defamation or slander, otherwise, it will be good to have an address of service if somebody decides to go to court. But blockers are slightly different because they can do their business from their bedrooms, they can do their business from their cars, they can do their business from the plane, anywhere they are. So I think the best thing is for the bill to go for second reading, and after the second reading, while we are at a public hearing, a lot of people could be invited to make their inputs. I'm very certain that by the time it comes back to us for possible passage into law, it definitely would have been different and much more streamlined. But at least the general idea is there, and his job was just to provide the general principles, not necessarily to go into details. So when they go into details at a public hearing, it will be clear. I don't want the world to misunderstand us as if the Senate is trying to gag the social media. No, that is not the intention here. The intention is for tax purposes, and also to have a register of, in fact, it's good for them, because now with the new tax innovation, if you are not making, as a company, up to 50 million in a year, you are exempted from taxation. And if you are an individual trader and you don't make up to 1 million, you don't have to pay tax. Or you make 1 million or under, you don't have to pay tax. So for the purpose of tax and for the purpose of clarity of what you are doing, and for record purpose, I think this is a good bill. However, I was looking to see whether there is any way it will tend to gag the freedom of expression or tend to stop the business of, in quote, bloggers. There is no such thing. So when eventually it goes to the public hearing, I'm sure we'll be able to cross the T's and dot the I's before it comes back to the Senate. So I thank you for bringing this, distinguished Senator Ned Nwoko. In the absence of any opposition, those who support that this bill be now read a second time, say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Clerk of the Senate.